Hey YouTube, coming at you with the team that I did earlier in the season, and it works for two reasons. One is I had a great record with this, something like 8-1 or something like, or somewhere around there. And the second reason is you're going to see tomorrow is 3 weeks later, as we are in the week 4 GBL. I used a new team, not even knowing what this one. I totally forgot what this one was after the first week. 3 weeks later, you'll see a team tomorrow: Kanto Marowak, Drapion, Jumpluff, and it's just because the team is a very balanced team with meta Pokemon, and it works. So again, Marowak going to be weak to water and grass, and you're going to have Moltres that will deal with the grass. You can have Drapion, which is a great safe swap and very spammy, and Moltres in the back, weak to electric, and Marowak will deal with that. You are double weak to ice, and I did notice that on the other team as well. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of ice in the meta currently. Maybe that'll change over time, but it does not seem like there's a lot of ice. So you definitely have some freedom with this team. Like I said, went very well. Marowak's a beast. Drapion and Moltres are both very good. I already kind of talked earlier in the week about how good Moltres is with Fly now. So I noticed this again. This was me testing it week 1, and I kind of noticed that when I played with it too. So good lead. They get out into Samurott. So I'm going to stay in this matchup just because I didn't know if I came in with like Drapion, if I would be like, they're going to get to it in 10s, I'd be outpaced. So I'm like, you know what, let's stay in with this one and eventually come in here. You can probably have one Hydro. It's going to be tight, but you could probably have one. And then get to the moves here. Just going to go for the Aqua Tail. They are already in the deep red. So this should take out, and it does. Keep that switch on the Ninetales. Still maybe get an Aqua Tail off if the Ninetales comes back in, and it does, and I do get the Aqua Tail off. So this will be some nice chip. I'm assuming they have to just let this go, knowing that I have a Marowak in the front. Yeah, I'm going to burn the switch clock because there was a delay in the clock, so I just want to make sure that I can get in on this and switch when they get out of this, and it is a Jellicent, so this is a pretty easy hard counter team. Not hard counter, Samurott was a kind of evenish Pokemon in the middle there. I'll be interested. I think I could probably live an Icy Wind. I still might shield an Icy Wind. No, sorry, not Icy Wind. I thought it was a Driftbloom there for a second, but nope, that is just a Jellicent, which only has Surf, not Icy Wind. Gonna get to the Fly, and then they do get to move. Gonna shield. Interesting. How low is my Marowak? Not low enough, but I guess I'm almost at 2 moves here because yeah, Fly plays so good, right? Fly is a good move in itself, and having a decently hard-hitting Sucker Punch and getting to Flies in 14 and 12, it's a great combo here. Okay, kind of a bad lead. Instant swap into Drapion. Snarls are resisted. They eventually get out into Swampert, which is a pretty good answer to Drapion. Do get one of the crunches off. Interested to see if I'm going to at least take this down to the 1s here. Shield up a Hydro, knowing it's just Aqua Tail range at this point. I assume that I will let go of the next move. I'd be surprised if I double shield. And the question is, do I come in with Moltres and just get a couple Sucker Punches to try and even up the energy in the back here? Or to just come, yeah, that's what I thought I would do. Mudshot is resisted, plus you just want some energy. And the Mandibuzz comes back in, so maybe they are weak in the back to Moltres here. But Aerial Ace is not a fantastic move. Fly is pretty good, so it just advantaged me, right? The pacing, they'll outpace me, but I'd rather have the pacing of the Flies. And holy smokes, it is... What are they doing? I mean, again, this was week 1, so the plays and the movesets are questionable, to say the least there. But yeah, when you know I have a Marowak on the front and you have a chance to align, you definitely align the Moltres on the Clodsire there. So that was kind of a weird one. But I will take that alignment. Get off the Rock Slide. Catch a move. And Brave Bird this out here. I'll be interested to see how many people paid. Oh, first, if you're watching, thank you, Specimen Unknown, who bought me that ticket for the Galarian birds there, where you have to pay to get one. And I was like, what do I choose? I already have a Moltres. I have an Articuno. I don't have a Zapdos, but I only have one Moltres, and I'm just like, I want that Ultra League Moltres. Like, it plays way better. It's an option in Ultra League. So I chose the Moltres to try and get the second one there. So against the Diggersby, they are spamming these fire punches, which is fine. I did grab one shield. That's all I really needed to do. Gonna go back into Marowak. They're gonna get to a Scorching Sands here. I am gonna shield and try and commit to the farm down and come out with some energy here. No attack drop, so that is a nice farm down. Tons of energy. Altair comes back in. I have at least one Rock Slide. I may even go, depending if they let this go or not, just go to the second one here. Yeah, I'm only one away. Really going to put some pressure on, and they catch with an Azumarill. So nice catch. This one was like blind almost. It's not, but it's not blind because I got a full move off. I don't even know what I was doing. I think even in the moment, I'm like, what am I doing here? I should have definitely just kept... I guess I was worried that like Marowak... I think the logic was... Bubble is super effective, and this is what you're seeing just on the pacing here. Bubble super effective on Marowak, Ice Beam super effective on Marowak. Ice Beam and Play Rough are super effective on your Moltres here, but at least Bubble is neutral, and these Flies and Brave Birds come pretty quick. Like you're pacing to the Brave Bird almost at the same pace as they are getting to Ice Beam. So I felt like I could just go in that matchup, and as you saw, the pacing just worked out there. There's an argument I could have stayed in with Marowak. I just did not want them to bubble a ton and come out with a ton of energy because that was kind of be the worst case scenario. So yeah, Gligar versus Moltres here. Running an Ice Slash. So I've seen a few of these now. It seems a lot of people are running Night Slash and Dig as the moveset. It just gives you no moves for Mandibuzz and Moltres. So it's an option for sure. I don't know if I like that option. I still think I like the Aerial Ace coverage. So getting off a second fly. So I grabbed a shield. I grabbed Switch. Out comes an Overquill, which was on the lead, I remember. I will let this go and get the Marowak on this. And then we'll see what's in the back here. But those slaps are really adding up. I'm just going to shield and commit to the farm down. Yeah, coming out with energy seems to be valuable with Marowak, as we know. Dark Pulse shielded. Out comes Poliwrath. So we will chip some Bone Clubs here. And just so much energy. Really going to start putting some shield pressure on here. Or they just kind of know that, yeah, the game's over. Sandslash, so well, this is Powder Snow. It's kind of evenish. Yeah, it's Shadow Claw, so it is advantage me. But these Ice Punches do come quick. It is non-Shadow, but I'm Shadow, so I'd still rather think, like, again, I'm double weak to Ice, so I might want to just shield this and see where I can go. And if they're staying in this matchup, maybe they have a second weakness to this in the back. Or a Corsola here, so at least they don't have a good answer. I instant swapped for two reasons. One is... that right there, I kind of read a second weak Pokemon in the back, right? If you're staying in, if you even have a Shadow Claw, Sandslash, weak to ground, and you're staying in this matchup, yes, you have Ice Punch, but it's just a bad matchup. And the only reason you don't get out is if you have another bad Pokemon in the back. And then Corsola came in, and I have two Darks in the back, so there's no point of staying in with Marowak. So for those two reasons, just an easy swap out here. They eventually take me out here, but this Pokemon is done. They're going to try and two-shield their Corsola, and as soon as I get a move off here, I assume I will instant swap and just show that they are in trouble here. You know, I probably respect the Power Gem. Yeah, respect the Power Gem, and then they realize, yep, that's a very bad matchup. Dusknoir, kind of evenish. The pacing is not on my side, I don't think, so I'm just going to instant swap. Plus, I have two Darks in the back, right? So if you have two Darks and they have a Ghost, you might want to try and draw out something that I beats. And there is your Fairy. So don't have any charge moves for this, but Poison Sting super effective. We'll just kind of chip and see how much we can do here. Looks like I did get the defense fall, so I'm going to shield once to try and get one more move off and maybe try and flip switch. Because I think getting my Drapion, sorry, my Moltres on the Dusknoir is a great option here. And they let it go. So we lost a shield, but we took switch, and that should be pretty big in the ending here. Yeah, especially with the Drapion on the lead. So fantastic. Can align Marowak there, can align Moltres in the back. They do win CMP to take me out there. They instant swap. Here we go. Now, I may respect the dynamic punch here. No. Okay, just a shadow punch. So that's nice. I was going to say, I could respect the dynamic punch there just because they could only throw Aqua Tails at this. But let it go. They baited. That did not work out for them. Marowak. Marowak's a lead that you kind of just need to play out. Right, because Drapion is weak to ground, and then if you come in with a flyer, they may have an answer for a flyer. So they do shield. Let's see who wins CMP. I tried to go back to back there, and they tried to catch, and they did catch successfully on Amanda Buzz. But there's your flyer. But again, I will just mirror this with my Moltres. And is Mandibuzz still ranked high? I think Mandibuzz is still ranked higher than Moltres. Let me just check. I mean, for sure in this mirror match, I would rather have Moltres. As you can see, the air laces aren't adding up much, but the flies will. Yeah, Moltres is ranked 62, and for sure your Mandibuzz is ranked higher, 16. So I guess just the bulk of Mandibuzz in all these other matches, just carrying it above the Moltres. But in this matchup, as you can see here, a very comfortable win here for the Moltres. Gonna still have some energy. Get off a Brave Bird. Fantastic. Try to snipe here, or at least just kind of not let them farm me down. So they have to throw the Earthquake. That is fine. We will try to shield and farm. Shield up an Earthquake. They come and snipe with Marowak. Oh, yeah, that's unfortunate. Not enough to take out, but I am not going to get to a move because it's going to be a 2 versus 3 turn move, and they're going to take me out here before I get to another move. Really? I thought for sure they would take me out there. Huh. That's surprising, actually. Marowak versus Diggersby. Yeah, I guess we just play this matchup out. There's very few matchups that I would actually leave Marowak against. Like, Flyers are tough. I leave Marowak against Flyers. Yeah, so let's just, as there's a few minutes left in these battles, 5 minutes. Let me just go over like what you should leave and what you should stay against. I would say against the majority of things, even a lot of waters like Shadow for Alligator and stuff, where you can just 2 shield it, I would probably stay against those. Where I would leave, there's 2 pretty obvious answers. The first is grass, where ground is resisted. Anything where ground is resisted and you have to rely on the rock slide, that's where you're in trouble. So grass for sure, where that is also doing super effective. Bug. Flying and bug are kind of weird ones, right? Because those are the other 2 that I was like, I would leave because you have better answers for flying and bug in the back. So that's why I would leave. Do you need to leave those? You have rock slide. I guess it depends what the bug and flying Pokemon are. You have rock slide, which is super effective against both of those, unless it's like a Gligar or Corviknight, which kind of neutralizes it. Then you'd probably instant swap. Like, I personally think if I saw a Mandibuzz or I saw a Golisopod, Araquanid, I would instant swap to Drapion for sure. So those and grass, I think, are the 2 that you just instant swap. Waters, again, dependent on what the water is. If it's a Shadow for Alligator, you can probably take it in the 2 shield, so I'd probably stay in with that one. Some other ones like maybe Lapras, which spams and is very bulky. Maybe you probably leave that to the double darks in the back. But otherwise, play it a lot. And Drapion, as you can see, is still very, very strong in this meta despite the crunch nerf. Here we go. This is one I would expect that I leave. Good thing I did a huge analysis. Okay, I'm trying to catch. Yeah, I was about to say I'm gonna leave I'm gonna leave pretty quick before charge move comes. I was about to say I would be surprised if I stayed in. I didn't give a whole speech about what you should leave against just to stay in against the one thing that I said you should leave against. So I did get some energy. Mud Slap was neutral there. And then before they started launching some grass charge moves, I decided to get out. Maybe even trying to catch there. Spamming on the Drapion. Problem is, this thing's going to have energy coming out. So it can probably get to an Aqua Tail here. I tried to throw a charge move and they got the full... I saw that. Did you see that? I was trying to get the move up, but they got a full Poison Sting and a charge move before I even got my charge move off. So that is absolutely brutal. I was going to maybe try and catch Grass Knot there, but this is just going to the... It's going all sorts of bad here. I know I can grab one shield here, and maybe I try and go one and catch here on the Moltres. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Trying to catch that Grass Knot. And I do successfully catch it, which is huge. But they are running Bullet Seed, so it's faster on the charge, which means they're going to get to their moves quicker. I'm likely to see the shields here, just because they're probably worried about me taking them out. I don't even know who wins CMP. I don't even know if I have a Rock Slide, but I think they also have energy on there. I don't even have a move yet. This game's over. Yeah, 5 or 6 is not gonna work there. Gligar. So again, this is one I probably leave into, yeah, Drapion. Not even amazing, worth Poison Sting resisted, but you know, you have Aqua Tail and those come at a faster pace than the Aerial Aces and especially the Dig, and does over 50%. So yes, Poison's resisted. This is probably just a Aerial Ace, and now I'll just outpace here. They do try and catch, and they do catch on a Ninetales. Okay. So they catch a super effective move on Ninetales. The Embers are adding up, but the slaps are going to come. This is just a Weather Ball. I could live this. Maybe just let this go. I do. It does good chip. Yeah, our timers are pretty decent, so you can see I'm trying to instant swap, knowing that the Gligar is coming back in. So just going to instant swap. Going to show up an Aerial Ace. Yeah, Moltres. I really don't want to take it from a Shadow. That would chip a decent amount. What's in the back? A freaking Heatran. Spicy. Getting to the fly. Gonna start putting at least some shield pressure on to try and grab these shields. And this will grab their second shield. They have a ton of energy. Are they trying to farm down and come out with moves? Am I gonna try and snipe here? I can't. I'm switch locked. And they do take me down. Let's see if I get denied there. I do not. That slap actually went through, as it should, but it's actually nice to see it go through one time. And I have a move coming out for the Gligar for the win. Yeah, so a very strong team. Like I said, tomorrow's team will be the same with Jumpluff in the back. Again, double weak to ice, but I just think the strength of Marowak and Drapion are so safe in this meta, especially with less grass, right? Bug got buffed, Steel got buffed, Poison got buffed. So there is a lot less grass that you need to worry about in the meta, which I think makes Marowak more free even than it has been in the past, where you needed to worry about like superior Jumpluff still around, but you need to worry about like superior Jumpluff, stuff like that. And then Drapion, yes, people are like, oh, but the crunch you're not getting those lowering of defense as much. Sure. But yeah, I think it's still decent. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for watching, and enjoy GoFest. I did the GoFest analysis this morning, so please check that out. Otherwise, have good GoFest, and I will see you guys in the next one.